There is a stereotype deeply ingrained in modern culture. It paints a very specific, very sad picture of the man over 60 who lives alone. Society assumes he is miserable. They assume he is broken. They look at his quiet house, and they feel pity, imagining a life defined by regret and a desperate yearning for company. But those of us who have crossed that threshold, those of us who actually live in that quiet house, know a completely different truth. A truth that confuses society and terrifies the dating industry. The truth is, we are not hiding in misery. We are reveling in freedom. Today, we are going to tear down the myth of the lonely old man. We are going to explore the profound psychology of older men living alone. From the financial peace to the ultimate emotional liberation, we will reveal why choosing an empty house is often the smartest, happiest decision a man can make. Welcome to the sanctuary. Truth number 1, the Great Divide. We must begin by untangling two words that society uses interchangeably, but which are psychological opposites: living alone and feeling lonely. Loneliness is a state of deficit. It is the ego crying out because it feels unwanted, unseen, or disconnected. You can feel profound loneliness in the middle of a crowded party, or while sharing a bed with someone. Solitude, however, is a state of surplus. It is the intentional withdrawal from the noise of the world to commune with oneself. Many senior men have not been forced into living alone. They have chosen it. After decades of carrying the weight of the world, they have discovered that their own company is not a punishment, but a privilege. They wake up in an empty house, and they do not feel a void. They feel space. Space to breathe. Space to think. Space to simply exist without the constant buzzing demand for their attention. They have learned that peace is the ultimate luxury, and it is rarely found in a crowd. Truth number 2, the end of performance. To understand the joy of the older single man, you must understand what he escaped. For 30 or 40 years, his life was a theater of expectations. He had to be the provider, the fixer, the peacemaker. He had to manage the moods of his spouse, navigate the drama of his in-laws, and constantly compromise his own desires to maintain harmony in the household. When he transitions to living alone, he experiences the shock of liberation. For the first time in his adult life, he doesn't have to explain himself. If he wants to watch a documentary on World War II at 3 a.m., he watches it. If he wants to leave a project half-finished on the dining table for a week, he leaves it. He never has to ask permission. He never has to defend his hobbies. He never has to walk on eggshells to avoid triggering an argument. The sheer volume of mental energy that is returned to him when he stops performing for others is staggering. He hasn't given up on life. He has given up on playing a role. Truth number 3, joy in simplicity. Let me tell you the story of Norm. Norm is a 68-year-old man who lives alone. On Thanksgiving, society expects Norm to be miserable. They assume he is crying over a TV dinner. The reality? Norm made himself a bowl of hot dogs and baked beans. He cracked open a cold beer. He turned on the football game. And Norm realized something profound. It was the best Thanksgiving of his life. Why? Because there was zero tension. He didn't have to dress up to impress relatives he didn't like. He didn't have to endure hours of forced, superficial conversation. He didn't have to mediate a fight between his sister-in-law and his ex-wife. Norm discovered that a simple meal eaten in absolute peace is infinitely superior to a feast eaten in anxiety. Older men living alone have recalibrated their dopamine receptors. They no longer need grandiose events, expensive vacations, or massive parties to feel joy. They find profound satisfaction in the micro moments: a perfect cup of coffee, a well-organized garage, the sound of rain on the roof. They have mastered the art of simple living. Truth number 4, the vault, financial and psychological sovereignty. There is a massive secret about the financial cost of relationships that no one wants to admit. Men often believe they need a massive retirement fund to be happy. But when they become single, they discover a shocking mathematical truth. They need significantly less money to live a spectacular life. He discovers strategic frugality. Because he is only funding his desires, his modest pension feels like a fortune. He doesn't have to buy expensive anniversary gifts. He doesn't have to fund a keeping up with the Joneses lifestyle to appease a partner. He doesn't have to pay for a kitchen remodel he never wanted. His money is 100% his. And with financial control comes psychological control. He never has to argue about a credit card bill. He never feels the quiet resentment of being an ATM. He is the sole CEO of his treasury. This financial invulnerability allows him to protect his legacy and enjoy the fruits of his labor without guilt or compromise. Truth number 5. The crowded room. When people warn the older man about the dangers of being alone, they forget his history. The man living alone at 65 has likely already experienced the darkest, most dangerous form of loneliness known to the human soul. He has been lonely in a crowded room. He remembers what it felt like to be married, yet completely unheard. He remembers trying to communicate his stress, only to be met with apathy or criticism. He remembers the profound, crushing isolation of lying next to a partner who viewed him as an opponent rather than a teammate. He learned the hardest lesson. A bad relationship is infinitely lonelier than an empty house. When he closes his front door and is greeted by silence, he doesn't feel a void. He feels safe. He knows that his dog, his books, and his own thoughts are far better companions than a person committed to misunderstanding him. He hasn't given up on love. He has simply raised his standards so high that only absolute peace can meet them. We must address the backlash. When a senior man chooses to live alone and thrive, society often reacts with anger and shaming. They call him selfish. They say he is avoiding commitment. Why? Because a man who is entirely self-sufficient, who does not need a woman to manage him, and who does not need to buy things to impress anyone, is a threat to the system. The economy relies on men working tirelessly to fund families and impress women. When society asks, "Who will take care of you when you get sick?" the sovereign man answers, "The professionals I will hire with the money I saved by not going through a second divorce." He knows that relying on a new girlfriend or a resentful spouse to be his nurse is a dangerous gamble. He relies on his own preparation. He rejects the shaming. He knows that choosing his own health, peace, and financial security in the final chapters of his life is not selfish. It is the ultimate act of taking responsibility for his own existence. Gentlemen, do not let a noisy, anxious world tell you that your solitary life is a tragedy. The ability to live alone, to thrive in your own company, and to protect your peace is one of the highest achievements of the masculine journey. You are not a forgotten relic gathering dust. You are a masterpiece in its final, most profound stage. You have chipped away all the marble that wasn't you. What is left is the core. Embrace the silence. Revel in your autonomy. You are not a lonely old man. You are a sovereign king in his castle. If you have found the peace of the solitary life, hit the like button. Subscribe for more truths from the quiet places. Case closed.